Things have been very up and down for me. I can't even front, man. All these fucking failures, man. People keep dying. And kids, man. Fucking kids. I'm just tired. I'm really just tired, bro.
Oh yeah.
Appreciate that.
That is the show Eshawn put together, fellows, right there. If you haven't already, go check that channel out. Eshawn will drop that link in the comment section. That is the trailer to Eshawn's new video, and that's our sponsor of the day. All right.
Viper.
That's what
The Viper coming out, man, here very soon, here in the next couple of months. Tell us about it, Eshawn, real quick.
Yeah, guys. So for those who don't know, in the comment section, I'll drop the link shortly. But I'm a filmmaker, so I'm a film director, I'm a writer, and a producer. So this movie is my first feature film. So it's just about 65 minutes. So it's a short feature, about an hour and 4 minutes. But yeah, no, it's a big project for me. Trying to work use it as a way of advancing myself in the movie business. But so it's a big project for me. It's a personal project for me. So, much love and appreciation to Cowboys Corner for, sharing the trailer to you guys. I appreciate it. So please do, to everyone in the comment section, please do check it out. It means a lot to me. And yeah, I appreciate all the love, guys. I really do.
Yeah, for sure, brother. Great job. I can't wait to watch it, bro. Big shout out to Daniel being in the house. Danny Sabbath, you know where the link's at, baby. You want to come in here and share some knowledge. Well, let's get into this show. All right. That's a badass trailer, though. Not gonna lie.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it, man.
Man, yeah, that's how really.
What's funny before we talk about Cowboys, Champs called me the moment that he saw it, and he was like, he was talking about, holy shit, it's so dark. So I appreciate the love on it.
Yeah,
they kind of remind me of the Cowboys gonna be during the season.
The way that we want to beat the shit out of them in the season.
Yeah.
Big shout out to Cowboy Up Podcast. If you want to come in here, the link is in the description, guys. It's pinned. The comment section is pinned if you guys want to come in here. Daniel, what's good? What's good, guys? What's good? Hey, let's get saucy. Let's get crazy, all right? Micah Parsons. That's my brother from another mother right there. We just
Let go. Fifth quarter.
What's going on, man?
What's up, Fifth?
What's up, y'all?
Good,
Micah Parsons and Malik Hooker got some beef. And I ain't talking Texas brisket. I'm talking podcast beef, all right? Malik Hooker was on this podcast, and I wish I knew the name of it so I can credit them. But Malik Hooker said my advice to Micah Parsons would be...
It was... Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
It was Keyshawn Johnson podcast.
Keyshawn Johnson podcast.
Former Dallas Cowboy.
That's right.
Former Dallas Cowboy, former Buccaneer. And he is on, I'm going to sound like Donald Trump right now. He is on the failing, undisputed show. No rating show.
Failing bad.
Man, the Undisputed is tanked.
Oh, hold on. What's up, Drew? Let's get this Eagle fan out of the way real quick.
Peace. What's happening? I come in peace. What's going on?
You're lucky. It's a Cowboy fan only show. So what you got for the show real quick before I got to boot you?
Oh, no, I was just coming, just to say, it's funny how last week a lot of content creators were talking about or questioning the leadership of the best quarterback in the division, Jalen Hurts, when he was having such a wonderful time. Did you see the footage of the Schmitty band?
He got Afghan internet.
He got caught in a lie. That's why his
I actually wanted to hear what he was about to say. I hate he messed up.
yeah.
I actually wanted to hear him. He'll probably be back.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
I
So
got an iPhone.
Keyshawn John. Oh, he's back. He's back. He's not lagging.
Okay.
Maybe. There he is. There he is.
Hey, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What's the last thing you guys heard me say?
Are you saying
The Dallas
that?
Cowboys are number one.
Yeah, you said Eagles suck.
Yeah, the one star rating. Is that what you're talking about? 1-star rating?
The only
Eagles,
one-star rating that you guys got was a Super Bowl loss.
Yep, 2 Super Bowls in 6 years, and you guys 0, not even an NFC Championship in 30. Sucks to be you guys. Eshawn, keep making those movies, brother, because it's probably the only success you're going to witness as a Dallas Cowboys fan, my friend.
I'll take it. I mean, like that's what I do, man. So, I mean,
congratulations on that.
I don't have to say nothing to us about the Cowboys, but I appreciate it. I appreciate the love on the movie, nonetheless.
Bro. No, I just was coming on to say, man, you know, you guys, his lack of leadership. Am I lagging again?
Huh?
If you talk, we can't hear you. You might have muted yourself, brother.
Yeah.
All right, Drew, come back in here. We're going to start this show. Thanks for popping in.
For sure.
All right. So Micah Parsons and Malik Hooker got some beef, guys. We're going to talk about this.
Mm-hmm.
Malik Hooker said, I need Micah Parsons focus on that run game instead of that podcast. Has Malik Hooker been hearing Cowboy fans, or is this really frustrations in the locker room, fifth quarter? I'll let you drop the knowledge first.
Well, I think on here on Talking Crazy and Freaky Friday for weeks and weeks and weeks after week, we probably the only Cowboy fan talking about it because other people they such fans of, you know, a certain person and not the team that they didn't want to cross that line of saying anything about Micah Parsons. So you're probably talking about maybe 2 channels who were the only one brave enough to even call Micah out. We've been calling Micah out for forever. Even though me and you go back and forth about the position, we were still on the same page as far as how he run to that damn podcast after a bad game or something. And for a long time, wasn't nobody else talking about it. So I do feel like those guys listen. Of course they listen. They do listen. Even Dez Bryant said they listen to YouTubers. So I do think they listen. Malik Hooker, I don't think he's just listening to fans. He see it too. After a tough loss, he see Micah Parsons running to his podcast like everybody else.
Exactly.
He's an OG. He's a veteran. He came from a different type of program. He wasn't born and bred in the Star, so he's going to speak how he speak. He didn't come from here. So he's not going to be the guy that hold their tongue and say, oh, Micah's being Micah. He's not going to do that because he wasn't bred under this umbrella like a D-Law, who's a veteran guy who probably should say something. Not saying he don't, but publicly he wouldn't say nothing. You know, look what he said. Look what he said after we lost. He said they was tired, and look how what's our cornerback name? The one they just let go?
Gilmore.
Look how he replied.
Yeah,
them guys that on bread under Jerry Jones, they say how they feel because it's different. But under here, it's like you can't do it. So Malik Hooker, it seems so crazy because we don't see that type of people speaking out that come from Dallas that's drafted by this team. You know, they well taken care of. We all know Jerry like to take care of the people that he drafted. He'll let other guys go quick. And that's just the environment that they built around it. And that the people in the start not used to somebody speaking out about the team, which is accountability, which is what we always talk about. And it's just something that we've never seen. We always talk about it. So we're excited for it. We're happy he said it. We don't want no friction, but it needed to be said. And so I do feel like he do hear fans, but I also feel like him just being not coming from here, coming from another place, it kind of like, how dare you? And I feel like that's why Micah responded so fast and deleted his Twitter because he's not used to it.
Kicked him off socials. Champ, what you got, man?
Man, fifth quarter is stubborn thunder, man.
Oh, man, same here.
Everything you said, man, is Malik Hooker calling out the Cowboys #1 star player, the #1 jersey seller.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now, but you know what? But I'm gonna take a different spin on this. Now, right now we got baseball. People talking about Bronny James going to the Lakers, but
Yeah.
you know about the Joneses. They thrive in negativity or any type of news. As
Yeah.
long as they keep the Cowboys relevant. And this right here is part of that Cowboys culture. Even though Malik Hooker will tell the truth about Parsons, he's on the podcast and they trying to stop the run. They in the film room trying to stop the run, and Parsons took offense to that.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
that's the Cowboys culture. They soft. Get their little feelings hurt when someone calls them out.
That's it.
No, that's it. OG. Yeah, can you hear me? OG. All right,
Yeah, you hear
Eshawn,
me?
what you got?
Well, my opinion on the whole Malik Hooker, Micah Parsons. Look, man, you guys know how I've. Well, first of all, before I get into anything, I'm gonna pull a fifth quarter right now. Can I have my apology on Micah fucking Parsons? Because I'm one of the few fucking people last season who was fucking, other than Corner, who was constantly talking about was beefing about his podcast. And my issue again with his podcast is not the literal podcast in itself, but a lot of what Malik Hooker was talking about. It's like everything matters, but what's supposed to fucking matter. It's like we're out there losing, and I mean the fucking guy had one tackle against Green Bay. And he's prioritizing it. We could say what we want about him being played wrong. We could talk about that to death. The facts are people give this motherfucker passes because of his talents. And people try and comparing him to Lawrence Taylor and all this other shit. That stuff has gotten to his head. Like, let's just be honest, guys. Because there's no way that he's going to talk like his. And I spoke about this with Champs earlier today when I was on the phone with him. It's like, I very much see comparisons between him and how Jalen Smith transformed for the Bears. And that may be a hot take for a lot of people, but I'm going to stand by that. And the reason why I say that's because if you look at the way Micah, like his rookie season, he came out and publicly talked about, oh, I'm not going to do these podcasts. I'm not going to do this, that, and the third. I want to be a champion. I'm going to work hard. Now the motherfucker's creating beefs with Skip Bayless, with Undisputed. He's on Stephen A. Smith's show, fucking Janet Sharp's show. Now this whole Malik Hooker thing. And it's like everything matters but football now. And, he's talking about, oh, I want to be the highest paid this. I want to do this, that, and the third. Even him taking down his tweet. Fucking weak shit. I don't want to hear it. Okay? So, I mean, that's kind of – and, I mean, I 100% agree with what – I mean, now, I'll be honest. I was surprised that Malik Hooker came out and said it just because he's a teammate. And oftentimes we know teammates don't really talk about that money in that respect. Like, when someone's trying to get paid. I was surprised in that regard, but I guess I'll say I was pleasantly surprised that someone called him out on his fucking nonsense. So, but I'm afraid if it'll create, I don't know what you guys think about whether it'll create beef between them in the locker room, but that's, I guess we'll touch upon that. But I 100% agree with what Malik Hooker said, and Micah Parsons deleting his tweet says everything I need to know about the guy and only confirms what I've thought about him. So,
yeah, for sure. All right, guys. If I can get you guys to click like for me, we are streaming on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. We've already heard comments from Fifth Quarter Cowboys, Cowboys Champs, and Eshawn. Now it's time to hear from Danny Savage, the draft guru who drafts draft content every day. He drops it like it's hot.
I'm not sponsored by these people, by the way.
Listen, man.
Oh, my goodness. He about to get real crazy, y'all. Go ahead, Savage. Drop it on us. Malik Hooker, Micah Parsons, what's up?
Here's my opinion on Micah. Micah is a linebacker / part-time edge, but he has a running back's mentality. He was a sick running back in college. It's like, and Charles Haley said it the best on the Players Lounge about a month ago. He said, "There's 0 leaders on this team,
Yes,
and there's 0 dogs on this team."
facts.
I lost all respect for Micah Parsons when we played the Jets. It was like 42-0,
Facts.
5 minutes left in the game. It's pouring rain, and Mike is still on the field because he didn't get a sack. We got our backups in, and he's in the game 40. It was in the 40s to nothing.
Yeah.
And he's on the field looking for a sack. So let me ask you a question. He blows out his knee. Who should have got fired first, Quinn or Big Mike? But that just shows you his mentality.
Agreed.
It's 40-0, 5 minutes left, and he's looking for a sack. If he doesn't get a sack in the first quarter, he loses all interest. He looks like a kid that you just took his ice cream cone away.
Yeah.
I'll show you 3 years. He disappears the second half of the season. He wears down. He's still used to that college schedule, 10 games. No, sorry. This is 17. And if you make it to the playoffs, it's more. I'll show you videos of him walking. He wants no part of stopping the run. And we're going to find out if Dan Quinn actually hid him at defensive end because he is clueless at linebacker. And he gets misdirected to death. And now I see it. Mike is now in the Dak Prescott, like he's in the circle. Because God forbid you say anything bad about Dak. I know this channel keeps it real. But if we know, if you say anything bad about Micah, you're the Antichrist.
Exactly.
But all these bullshit, excuse my language, content creators out there roasting Malik Hooker. And it's a joke, man. I'm glad somebody said something. It's
not talking about it. I 100%.
Hey, bro, you from Boston?
Nah, I'm New Jersey.
Oh, okay, same thing.
What do you mean?
No, big difference, bro.
I just asked because your accent. I figured I knew you was from up north, though. I could tell you was from up north for sure.
Oh, gee, you go, then I'm gonna take y'all to church.
I'm still waiting on my apology, man.
Hey, you tell Hooker to shut his damn mouth. He always run off at the mouth or something.
Man,
ask Hooker what the hell happened to him in the Green Bay game.
Okay, I agree with you.
At least Hooker didn't say he played good after the game.
Didn't have Gilmore's back over the when Gilmore got beat because he had a terrible shoulder injury. Hooker been getting beat deep for the last couple of years. Inconsistent ball play, overpaid, safety. Always got something to say. So he don't have much longer here because somebody may beat him out in training camp, and I'm hoping they do. They need to find a thug safety that come up and hit and that can cover. They don't have that in Hooker. Nowhere to be found. He had the nerve to come out and call Parsons out when his game is suspect. So tell us, Hooker, you shut your mouth up and let your play.
But at least
let me
wait real quick.
Look, we got a podcast. Micah Parsons gonna do what Micah Parsons gonna do on the podcast. He come out here, he gonna say what he gonna say. We've been doing like this for 2 years with Micah Parsons. He gonna continue to go on that podcast. But if you come out there and you say something about it, you got to have play to back it up. Hooker.
Oh, gee, let me ask you this.
So come out there and train.
Oh, gee, what we got? What we were hurt the most in the running game or the passing game last year?
Over the top.
That's not true.
It's even.
It was the running game.
It was the running game, OG.
It's even. And man, that's even. That's
not
even. Man, the way they got toasted, they got their ass toasted.
They didn't get toasted.
They gonna get toasted this year, but the running game. We shed our secondary shut down more top receivers than our running game shut down more backup running backs.
Not in the playoffs. The over the top that.
Well, that's a small sample size. Malik Hooker
pass tight end down the field by himself was Choroches. Over
Okay.
the top.
You mean atrocious. But a lot, I mean, you're gonna have games with small sample size where you can nitpick, but overall, our coverage defense has been solid. We shut down a lot of top receivers in the past couple of years.
Passing yards the Green Bay have.
I'm not talking about that one game.
That's all I'm focused on right now.
3 years.
They have more passing yards than running yards.
But Malik Hooker was referring to just the grand scheme since Micah has started his podcast. Malik Hooker was referring to, like, what do you care more about? Because it seems like you put more energy. You run to this. When we lose, you run to this. But he said he's not showing that same consistency and dedication on the field because he said the running game was bad. I understand you're a fan of Micah, but I'm just trying to put things in perspective to you. You saw what he said, and you're just reacting as a fan versus what really happened. And yeah, that Green Bay game, everybody stunk. But you can go back to every show we've ever done, whether it was Freaky Friday or Talking Crazy. We've always talked about how Micah runs to that damn podcast after we lose or anything. And every week we're like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, just go play football.
Before Micah was going on. So since Michael he got something to say out there, everybody got something to say. They've been doing that podcast before Michael even got there.
Sure, but he never shows up when
somebody said something finally.
Look, I agree with you. I agree that Malik Hooker doesn't show up either, but for fuck's sake, man, no one on this team holds Micah Parsons accountable for shit. It's like, at what point is someone gonna call him out on his fucking I'm sick of people giving this motherfucker passes. I'm being real.
No, don't call him out his name, man. Don't disrespect him like that. He's just out there trying to earn $1. Nobody's giving him a
now check out this one.
Hey, he has a constitution.
Go ahead, Savage.
He has a constitution.
Hold on. Hold on, don't talk over each other. Don't talk over each other.
If he won't. If he sucks, he sucks. If he's good, he's good.
But he called Dak Prescott out his name. So what the fuck?
I wish Dak could come out there and do a podcast. At least Micah Parsons got the balls to come out there and do a podcast, talk about shit. Dak ain't got no damn balls. He wants to, I messed up today, and I'll blame it on me. And been doing this for the last 9 years. Come out there, Dak, and do a podcast. Explain to us where your game at.
Let's not make this about Dak. Come on, y'all. Let's stay on top.
Go ahead, Savage. Go ahead, Savage.
Right, check this out. Yeah, I saw there was a Philly fan on here before. Hassan Reddick has been in Philly the last few years. He gets 14 sacks a year. He's just considered a pedestrian player. If Hassan Reddick was in Dallas and which equivalent had Micah's numbers.
Hold on, OG. Hold on, OG.
Our fan base would be saying, let's put Hassan Reddick in the Hall of Fame. Look at Hassan Reddick's numbers the last 3 years compared to Micah's. Yet we say the word way too much, generational. I hate that word.
Thank you. For fuck's sake.
So here we go. Malik Hooker was 1,000% right in saying what he said.
Talk to him.
Because if the fans and OG doesn't like Micah Parsons having a podcast, all of a sudden OG's okay with Micah Parsons having a podcast because a player spoke out about this, right? So we can't have our cake and eat it too. Whether you're against Micah podcasting or you're okay with Micah podcasting, and the biggest content creators are for Dallas Cowboys are going to be okay with Micah podcasting because they're media. They want to be friends with players. So we don't care if we're friends or not. You play for the team that I love. I'm all about the star, right? I don't want to be your friend. I'm not going to go play Madden with you. I want you to play. You want to be my friend? Go play the best ball you can play every Sunday. Period. That's how you can be my friend. For any Cowboy player, right? The question was, what's your advice to Micah Parsons? And the player in the locker room said, we need him to help us. We need him to help us fix our running game. There was nothing wrong with what Malik Hooker said. Period. Zero. There's nothing wrong with it.
Nothing wrong with it.
But the only thing that I can say is, when we lost against Green Bay, there was talk that Dak Prescott couldn't read a defense and he panics if the first read isn't there. All right? So now we got some player beef going on in the locker room, right?
Wait a minute, hold on. Repeat what you just said.
Right now we got some player beef happening in the locker room.
For that.
Hold on, real quick. Got a super chat in here from Mike. What's up, brother? Thank you for the super chat. The problem with Mike is he disappears in big games. In the playoffs, he's a shadow as well. He's a diva. He consistently runs his mouth on Twitter.
Facts.
Period. When Micah Parsons was on that podcast and he nut hugged the Philadelphia Eagles before we played them in Philly, boy, that ruffled my feathers. You can ask fifth quarter Cowboys. I was pissed.
Yes.
That's what Malik Hooker is talking about. That's the fine print that you don't hear of what Malik Hooker is talking about. That is some weak mentality.
Yes.
Parsons is a linebacker, not a defensive end.
Micah Parsons is not a linebacker. He doesn't have the skill set to play linebacker.
Parsons played linebacker in high school and college.
Great comment. Thank you for the super chat. Micah Parsons is not a linebacker. Sorry, hate to tell you that. He's not. That's why Dan Quinn, his speed made up for his errors his rookie year at linebacker. You watch the tape, OG. Clean your glasses. Get the smog off there. Get the Micah Parsons nut sweat off your lenses and go watch it.
I mean, look, I'm just sick of people giving this guy passes, man. Like, everyone gives this guy passes because of his talent. I wouldn't have a problem with this podcast if he showed up too. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he was like playing, if he showed up 3 years in a row, he's disappeared. I don't want to hear it. Fucking, I don't want to hear it.
Right. So
I don't want nothing.
Who wants to add for this before I got the next topic?
Me.
Go ahead.
All right. So, and this is just to tag on the wall. OG, I understand what you're saying. But the bottom line is what Malik Hooker is saying is kind of what Cowboys corner just finished off with. Like, the dude be on it, bro. Behind the man head, he has an Eagles jersey hanging up on his podcast.
Boom.
Bro, that's all. What are you doing, bro?
What's more important? And
then you arguing with Trayvon Diggs about getting the Eagles jersey. No, he's on his mind, bro. Like, do you want, like, what are you doing? You do way too much on that podcast, and you show who you really act like you want to be on that team. You run to that podcast like we just didn't lose a game, like you just didn't have a bad game.
Right.
Nobody else is saying nothing. Man, listen. They talked about, when you hear about great players, bro, man, them guys lose games and be devastating. They go watch film right then. You go turn on your computer and do your podcast.
That's Sean Lee.
Do you watch film? Because as soon as the game over, the next game, you're doing the same thing. We don't see nothing different. We see nothing different.
That's it.
And like bro said, they throw that word generational talent around. I get so sick of it.
Man,
stop saying that. They overuse that word. He's not a generational talent. He hasn't proved that yet. He hasn't proved it yet.
He's not
at linebacker, defense, whatever you want to say. He hadn't proved it yet. Not saying he won't, but as of now, he hasn't. Because in big moments, he wasn't there. In big moments, he's not there. He don't show and I'm not saying he won't be. But what Malik Hooker said was valid. It's 100% true. It ain't like he made it up. We lose a big game. Parsons had a whole defensive front, have a bet to run stop it. He runs to his podcast and just laughing and talking. He get the what was that Philly wide receiver last year?
Brown.
The veteran.
Was it Brown?
No, the veteran.
Oh.
What was the veteran name? The veteran receiver that was over there.
I thought that was the veteran receiver. Brown was not.
Not Brown. What's the other one?
Devontae Smith.
That boy.
Yeah.
No, not him. What that boy that said that you remember he said, damn, why the hell he asked Dak, man, why you trying to jump in the end zone? You're gonna hurt yourself. What was his name?
Oh shit. I forget his name.
But anyways, he was on Micah podcast last year that we had lost. I forgot who we lost to. And Mike was just on there kicking it with him like we just didn't lose. And I would feel away two of them on that defense. Like, if we playing somebody and Cowboys corner get on the podcast, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck is you doing?
Right.
Yeah.
We could go watch film and see what the fuck we did wrong. We just got slaughtered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's important to you now? You want to be media, bro?
Thank you. Talk about
You
it.
want to be media? What are you doing? Why we not watching film and figure out how to be better next week? And I don't give a damn what you say. Generational talent does not go in that Green Bay game and play like that.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Aaron Donald damn near won that Super Bowl by himself in that second half.
Man.
That dude
Only got one thing to
dominated
say.
that damn second half when the Rams won that Super Bowl. That's what
Only got one
generational talent do right there. That's hard work, dedication, and that's film studying, and that's just being a dog. That dude damn near won. The man won. What he won? That only a few defensive players that won.
Defensive player of the year.
Oh, MVP.
It was MVP, I think it was. That year he was. That's a dog. That's a dog. And in the second half of that Super Bowl they won, he damn near won it by himself. They couldn't do nothing with him.
Yep.
Parsons ain't showed me that yet. He, like somebody said, he got the speed of a running back. He gets around you, but when it comes to technique, when it comes to true skill, he doesn't have it. And that might go to the credit of Cowboys corner saying he's not a linebacker. That might be.
Linebacker.
It might be.
I believe, yeah. Oh, I only got one thing to say.
I really feel like he put more. I really feel like he put more. And I'm gonna stop right here. I feel like he put more energy into setting up his podcast, into having the best goddamn program, into having the best damn microphone than he do in film study. It just seems that way. He got Eagles jerseys hanging up behind him. What the fuck is he doing? It just don't sit right with me, bro. And you can tell it don't sit right with Malik Hooker. Malik, that you know how long shit got to be on your mind for you to come out and say that shit in the public. That shit got to be bothering you. It's like some shit that bothering you with your woman, and you finally just blurt it out one day. And that lets you know for Malik Hooker to say that he's not the only one on the team that feels like that. 100%. But like somebody said earlier, he's under that Dak umbrella where you can't be touched. You say something, all hell breaks loose. I bet you somebody, the upper guys, had already said something to Malik Hooker about it. You can bet your ass. Look how Dez came out defending Parsons. And Dez, one of my favorites, look how he came out running his goddamn mouth. Oh, Malik Hooker shouldn't have said it. Dez, please, man. I done seen you on the sideline about the fucking, like, stop it, bro.
Yeah,
going crazy.
He's on that Dak umbrella where you can't say nothing about it.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Ahead,
I did want to say this. Eastside Herald is supporting Nut Sweat Juice.
Don't mess up the show with Eastside Herald, champs.
Yeah, let's not talk about Eastside Herald.
Man, I came in.
Go in the comment section with it.
Just let it go.
I do it.
So we got players talking about Dak Prescott panics on the first read. We got player beef with Micah Parsons, Malik Hooker. We know there's not a true leader on this team. Is Mike McCarthy responsible for this environment? Fifth quarter, go.
No, Jerry Jones responsible.
Exactly.
It's not Mike McCarthy. It's been like this before Mike McCarthy got there. This is all Jerry. This is all Jerry, man. This you can go back as far as you want with this. Hell, we seen Greg Hardy trying to fight Rod Marinelli, and all somebody stepped over Jeff Heath to try to stop him.
Right.
Look what Dez did in the locker room. This is not Mike McCarthy. This is why Jerry picks these type of coaches, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
This environment has been there long before Mike McCarthy got there. Now, could Mike McCarthy, as a head coach, a veteran who's been around this game that long, try to get better control of that team? Yeah, he probably could. But look what happened when guys had beef with Jason Garrett. They went over his head and went to talk to Jerry because they know Jerry had the final say so.
Exactly.
So this is deeper than Mike McCarthy. This is just the organization. This is who they are, and this is what they. That's why when guys leave, like that boy that went to the Texans, I can never think of his name. Dalton Schultz and Cheeto. Look what they said when they left.
Man, exactly.
Look what both of those guys said.
Exactly.
It's not no goddamn fancy ass stadium where the owner is coming to practice in a helicopter. They said it feels like football.
That's it.
Cowboys don't know what it feels like to play on real gridiron. That's why when we play against teams that'll hit you back, we fucking lose because they're not tough.
Exactly.
They're not tough, man. They're not tough, and Jerry Jones makes it that way. Look at the field they practice on, for God's sake, man.
It's a nice field. It's a nice field.
It is, but it's just the environment, bro, and it's always gonna be that way. That's why we don't got no real dogs.
Right,
there's no real dogs on this fucking team.
Yeah,
there's no real dog, and if they are, they fucking tamed.
Exactly right.
It's just that if there are some dogs, they are tamed.
Exactly.
To the point where it's like, hey, whoa, you need to, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, look how everybody now. And I understand guys like CeeDee Lamb, but receivers are divas, period. He's a tough receiver. Dude get hit hard, he get up because that's how he play. But if you do a little too much, you try to show Dak up a little too much, they're going to tell you, hey, calm your ass down, because there's just not this type of environment. It's not that type of organization to where you can hold somebody accountable. This team doesn't hold anyone accountable. They never have.
And
ever. I always go. I know y'all tired of me talking about this, but I go back to this one fucking game. That fucking Thanksgiving game against the goddamn Chargers, man. What Jerry Jones them said after that game blew my fucking mind. We got beat. So Phillip Rivers almost threw for, man, it was so bad.
That's it.
Jerry ran down and told the players, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. DeMarcus Lawrence talked. He said, man, y'all got to stand and tell me, man, y'all go home and have a good thing if it's just a game. I was like, I knew then. I was like, oh, this is crazy. Mm-hmm. This is crazy. This is a soft organization. It's an entertainment team. That's all it is. They not built to win Super Bowl, because if they did, they wouldn't have paid Prescott that much goddamn money. It's just that simple. They built to sell merchandise. They built to sell tickets. That's it. We're not no dog of a team. That's why when we play real dogs, or a team that want to play real football, me and Cowboys corner for a whole week, and I gave you props on the last show. I did. No, I was on Champ Channel, and I gave you props.
Yeah.
Me and you were going back and forth about Jordan Love and Dak. And I said, I'm not worried about no fucking Green Bay quarterback. You was like, bro, I'm telling you. I'm like, dude, I'm not worried about Dak. And look what the fuck he did. Why? Because Matt LaFleur up there teaching them boys, they playing football.
That's it.
We not dead. Our team getting tattoos from the ankle up to their goddamn thighs and putting it on social media. That's what we doing.
So does everybody else.
We getting tattoos from our ankles.
Tell me what player is getting tattoos from ankles to hips, OG.
I don't
know. So does everybody else.
No, they not.
OG.
No, they not.
So does everybody else.
No, they don't.
But we just the most recognized because
that's not
true.
Okay, there you go. Why are we putting that on? Why is that what we putting on the internet?
Yeah.
Why are we showing how long Dak had to sit to get a damn ankle to thigh tattoo? Why is that what we showing? Why we gotta hear from reporters, oh, Dak getting a better report with his receivers? Why we ain't seeing no footage? Why we seeing footage of thigh tattoos?
Yeah.
That's the problem with this fucking organization, bro. They for show.
Everything
matters. They look around. CeeDee Lamb turned around and got it.
Social media.
Every team, man,
getting rates.
See, that's the problem. Name another owner that comes down to talk to the media after the game.
None.
Name one.
Nobody.
We know that already.
This is entertainment. This is an entertainment team, bro. They built to make money. They not built to. Those Super Bowls because a good coach that was a real dog and taught his players how to be dogs. That was it.
From Tom Landry to Jimmy Johnson.
Calm down, little feet. You're throwing stones now. Just we're gonna see how it's gonna play out this year. Can we get past the first and second round?
Yo, the echo.
So corner, just to close it off, no, it's not Mike McCarthy. It's just who they are. It's the organization. To close it off, no, it's not Mike McCarthy.
Savage, close it and try to come back in.
To close it off, no.
Oh, no, man. I'm willing to bet my paycheck this year will end the same fucking way. It's the same shit. Like, it's not gonna change. Like, I don't want to hear anything about it.
So how you feel, Eshan? You think it's McCarthy is the reason the team like that?
No, I'm 100% with you, bro. Because it's to your point. It's been going on like before McCarthy got here. It was the same thing with Garrett. It was the same thing with McCarthy. You know, it's the same. Jimmy Johnson was the only, like, if Jimmy Johnson were coaching right now in today's era, do you honestly think Jerry Jones would let him coach the Cowboys? Like, let's be real.
Not with where social media is at.
Yeah, it wouldn't happen. And you know what I'm saying? It was Jimmy Johnson came to the Cowboys and got us those championships. It just was great timing because Jerry knew that the fucking fans were gonna boycott the team at the time. So he was like, all right, we'll get a couple of championships. We'll get them hook, line, and sinker. And because since Jimmy Johnson, look where we are now 30 years later. Now, McCarthy, we all have had our beefs with McCarthy. He for sure is culpable, but he's not the problem. He's just a part of the problem. You know what I'm saying? It's like Jerry is the problem, and it goes all the way. Like, there's no other. Like, I mean, he's the reason why Micah Parsons feels entitled the way he feels entitled. In the same way with Dak feeling entitled, it's the same thing with everybody. Like, it's these players feel entitled because the culture that Jerry Jones has set, and I'm going to take it a step further, guys. To be honest, if we think it's bad under Jerry, Steven's worse, guys. It's going to be worse under the fucking guy. Like, when Jerry Jones lets it up to Stephen Jones, it's gonna get worse in my opinion. And so the way that it's heading right now, I can see it being like Jerry Jones's fucking great fucking grandson on the Cowboys with the way it's looking right now. So I don't see, unfortunately, this culture changing at all. The way that it's looking, I mean, and feel free to I want to hear your opinions on this, but I 100% agree with Quarter saying. It's like he's the one who sets everything, and then it trickles down to the players where it's like everything matters but football. If D-Law, for example, were playing under Belichick, you would think D-Law would have the nerve to say we were tired after the Packer game. It would never happen. And then Micah Parsons after the Packer game saying, "Oh, I played well." Fuck, you played well, you fucking motherfucker. Please give me a break. And it's the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like I don't want to hear it. So yeah. So
we got a super chat.
Well, big shout out to Mike again, dropping another $5 super chat. The team is 1,000% cursed, and ultimately it's because of Jerry Jones's family and Jerry Jones himself. I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys don't make a Super Bowl in my lifetime.
And that's the saddest thing about it, man.
I think about this a lot, dude.
But
you know what?
About this a lot. Like, when are we there? 10 years ago, what was it, guys? We're one player away. We're one player away.
Yeah.
Now,
you know what? Ever since Jerry Jones been owning this team, he only had two strong-minded head coaches. That was Jimmy Johnson and Bill Parcells. And the only reason why he brought Bill Parcells in for the notoriety to build the stadium in Arlington.
That was it.
Every other head coach he has was a yes man.
Yeah,
you don't have a problem having a disciplinarian on the defense side, as long as they don't have the authority to challenge Jerry Jones. Exactly. Now, with McCarthy saying that he's fed up with Jerry undermining him, what you mean it took him 4 years to finally get some balls on the last year of his contract?
Ain't that gonna change?
Ain't nothing going to change. And that's the problem with this culture is Jerry Jones of his massive ego.
That's it.
His ego is he wants to outdo Jimmy so bad by winning a Super Bowl his way, and it's not working.
That's it.
Well, he needs to get out of his own way. No, I mean, have anybody on this panel ever heard of a billionaire trying to do things on his own and it's not working? They always have people underneath them to do certain jobs.
For sure, yeah.
And team building is not one of his fortes. Marketing, yes. Selling jersey, yes. Team building, hell no. You get every 3 or 4 years, Cowboys get talent. Talent is not the problem. It's what you put on the damn field with the head coach. And with you have a soft head coach trying to be the player's best friend, that's not a formula of winning. Yeah. That's a formula of being soft and losing.
Talk about it.
And that is the problem with the damn Cowboys.
Exactly. Guys, I've been hearing real quick.
Wait a minute. I got something to say real quick. Okay. What if I told you they was rehearsing plays at practice for each game to throw the game.
I wouldn't be surprised.
And when a player gets hurt, they are injecting them with tons of steroids. Don't care what kind of injury that is.
What are you talking
Putting them
about?
back there on the field.
OG, what you talking about?
OJ, what the hell you talking about?
What,
Where you going
hey,
with
what if I told you I've heard this from the grapevine?
Well, I'll tell you that grapevine.
You think I was crazy?
I mean, I always think you're crazy, but I mean, that's a separate.
Yeah.
It's not you, Eshawn, because your comments is irrelevant to me.
Yeah, grapes.
I'm kidding with you on that one.
I heard this through the grapevine for somebody that works with the NFL players.
I
Man,
wouldn't.
nobody on those steroids, man.
On the medical side.
You can't rehearse
I heard
this.
this.
No slander allowed on talking crazy. Only by
You
me.
can't,
This
you can't rehearse this.
hold on. Let me tell you, okay? Let me tell you what I'm saying.
Man, drunk.
No, I'm not drunk.
This is reality. Come on, OG. Spit it
I
out.
heard from the own horse's mouth, somebody that works with the players that does chiropractic appointments, that's working with them constantly, going to the games, that's oversees their care.
So a chiropractor knows that the game is rehearsed.
The game is rehearsed.
What
chiropractor?
No.
Plays or rehearsed.
So you're saying we're taking steroids?
Hold on, OG. Hold on, OG.
All right, listen, we talk about Jerry Jones all we want. He's the smartest man in the NFL. We haven't won jack shit in 30 years. He's worth $13 billion.
Man, yep.
The team is the most expensive franchise in the NFL without winning shit for 30 years. He's a genius.
Right.
It's been proven. We've won nothing in 30 years, and we're the most valuable franchise in the NFL.
That's
He's
crazy.
a genius.
That's facts.
In
Yeah.
the fan base. We're the problem for supporting this team. 30 years of nothing. He's a genius. Say what we want about him, but he's a genius.
No, I agree with
Because
you.
it's a brand.
It's a
And
brand.
getting back to the problem, I don't see a team. I see 53 individuals.
Talk about it.
I mean,
champs.
I like that. And I honestly agree with
I
that.
concur with every word you said, Simon. 100%.
I agree with that. Like, for the organization to not want jack shit since Barry switched the crazy ass, which was still Jimmy Johnson team. Barry took over the monster that Jimmy Johnson made, and just, he floated through it. And and to not win nothing since then and still be the most. He's a smart ass business. That's why I said it's entertainment.
Because
that's why we built the star. Cowboys gonna love the star.
I love it. Chris is probably the most creative I've ever seen. So the 29ers haven't won a Super Bowl in 29 years. The 29ers, dude, that's hilarious. I like that. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
I've never seen that.
I've never seen that either. But no, man, I mean, like, I agree with Savage, because it's like every year, no matter how bad we crap out at the end of the season, the tickets are always filled up. Why is that? You know what I'm saying? It's like, he's right about that, because it's like, I use the analogy of a dog's tail, because a dog's tail always, like, no matter if it's curled, it'll always curl back up. So with and I use that analogy in the respect that for the Cowboys, with the exception of us and a couple others like 1980 and them, it's like for the fans, like the hook, line, and sinker fans, it's like they'll be mad after the playoff game, but those same motherfuckers are going to be there at the seat come game one. And it's the same. It's like a domino effect. Fucking repeats itself. So, and you know what I mean? It's like, so I 100% agree with him. It's like, Jerry Jones, he's not dumb. He knows what he's doing. The fact is, he has, won a championship, albeit a long time ago. So he knows what he needs to do to win. He just doesn't want to do what it takes to win it again. He likes us fans anticipating us winning. He likes us talking now, on the show, talking about, what is Dak going to do? Are we going to pay Dak? He likes
he doesn't like this shit. I promise you.
Yeah. No, he likes this kind of anticipation, but he doesn't like the reality of winning. He prefers the anticipation of it. And so it's the same thing every year with it. And so, I agree with it.
It's like what you said earlier. When Jerry draft people, he draft them because it's safe. He draft them because he wants to. And if along the way he's having to wins with it, it makes him look like a genius. But either way, he's going to always do something to shake up the fans. Every time when you feel like you're ready to give up on him, he's going to do something. It's like when you always keep pissing your girl off and you go buy her something, she take you back. Every time he do this. 2015, we went 4-12. 2016, we got Zeke. Oh, we back. We got Zeke. We got this old line. We back. We got rid of Dez, and they said we're gonna win wide receiver by committee. Fans are like, fuck we suck. We got Amari Cooper. Oh my God, we're going to the Super Bowl. We got Amari Cooper. We got Coop. Gave him a first round and half that. Damn, Coop needs some help. We stink. We got CeeDee Lamb. Oh, that's all we needed. We good. He always gonna do something.
Guys, he tried to convince us that Brandon Weeden was gonna start.
Brandon Weeden and Matt Cass, they were switching them up.
He tried to convince us that Brandon Weeden could win a fucking playoff game.
Now, when I use the word crazy man, that's Matt Castle. That's a crazy ass man.
Fucking
we went 4-12 that year. And then next year we got Zeke, and we just forgot all about shit, we back. We got Zeke, we back.
I remember that. Fucking Matt
it's what he does. He's a great marketing guy. Like I said, if he wins along the way, he's going to look like a genius. But what he's not going to do is kowtow out to the fans and make it seem like we're the reason he did something. It's kind of like Rasmus Vince McMahon was the same way. When fans said they wanted something, he wouldn't do it just because we said it.
Check this out.
He's not going to do it.
Let's go back almost 20 years. In 2 years, it'll be 20 years. Let's go back almost 20 years, all right?
Right.
Well, I can still run 20 years ago. Go ahead.
2006, Tony Romo fumbled the snap. You got Seattle.
Yeah.
2007, you got Cabo. 2009, you got
the Cabo shit with him and what you call them.
Yep.
Sean Lee and
Jason Williams.
And the linebacker.
2009, you had Brett Favre in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Then you fast forward to 2014. Tony Romo got his playoff win.
The Dez
we
one.
We were so good that year. We were so good.
Then you had the Dez catch, no catch.
Dez catch game, yeah.
Then you had 2016, Dak and Zeke's rookie year.
Yep.
Right? Then you had the Rams, and they ran all over us. Then you had
remember Seattle.
We beat Seattle. Then you had the 49ers. The 49ers, then you had the Packers.
You had the 49ers debacle twice.
So Cowboys have been in the playoffs, right? Those were
a win.
But is that the culture Jerry's building, or is that unforeseeable circumstances? How we lost in those games? We weren't prepared. We weren't motivated. We weren't going here, right? I put that on Mike McCarthy more so than I do. That's why I asked the question that I asked. Because in Jason Garrett, you look at Jason Garrett's track record, right? No one wanted him after Dallas. What does that tell you? He got fired being an offensive coordinator, and Daniel Jones was his quarterback, right? So we know that that's a laughingstock. Mike McCarthy comes in here, does something that we haven't seen since 91, 92, 93, and that's back-to-back-to-back playoffs. And we lose. How we lost those games. Is that really on Jerry Jones, or is that really on Mike McCarthy?
Can I touch on? Can I answer that?
I say Jerry.
Wait. Well, the original question was the culture of how the players are.
Right.
But if we talking about that, then we can go to Mike McCarthy, because Mike McCarthy said himself that the players, like, they weren't ready. Like, what the fuck you mean? You the head coach.
Right. Yeah.
So
And-
I can see that as far as like putting that on the head coach. I could definitely see that. He had him smashing watermelons. He had a bottle of monkey butt powder for motivation.
I still laugh at that fucking most stupid thing I've heard.
So when we talking about that aspect of as far as getting your team ready, and the biggest thing is making sure you're fucking 100 whatever Dak making sure he's ready.
He's ready.
That's the number one.
But that's
the number one because if you look at it, I mean.
But that's on Dak more than anything at this point. Dak being ready is on Dak at this point because he's been in the league long enough. He's had too many things, and I agree with you. Like, there's no disagreement. But to your to that point, Corner, for at least for me, in my opinion, it's like Jerry Jones is responsible for the culture, but the coaches and the players consistently not showing up is on them. And like the players have to take accountability as well, because when it comes to the playoffs, it's not about the X's and O's in those situations. Sure, situations matter, but at that point, you're studying teams for two weeks. There's no surprises at that point when everyone what they're gonna do. They know what we're gonna do. The players have to show up.
I like that comment.
That's the bottom line. And so for I 100% agree that McCarthy and you made a good point about no one wanting Garrett after his tenure with the Cowboys was up. So I 100% agree with those aspects. But when it comes to our playoff woes, it's like the stars do not show up. Dak routinely it was the same thing, even with Romo for that matter. It's the same thing. So that to me, the playoff losses in particular, for as much as we blame the coaches, and I do put a lot on the coaches, I put more of that on the players, just because you have to, at a certain point, you got to make plays when it counts, even when the X's and O's don't work. You know what I mean? And so that's kind of where I'm at with it.
We'll go with Savage, and then we'll go to Champs.
Listen, I understand we've won 12-5 the last 3 years. Show me one good team we've beaten.
Thank you.
In the last 3 years.
Thank you.
Lions?
We haven't. In the
when
playoffs,
we lose ugly. We didn't beat the Lions. The Lions beat themselves. Let's be honest. Show me one good team we have beaten. And I get it. You can only play who's in front of you. But we have lost to every good team we have played to in the last 3 years.
Agreed. I wholeheartedly agree.
My thing is, I heard everybody's opinion, but it still go back to the general manager. The general manager sets the tone for this team. Look at the Ravens general manager. Look at all the teams who are successful. Look at their general manager. Compare it to the Dallas Cowboys.
Sure, yeah.
And all this, what these teams have in common, they have a real general manager. The Cowboys have a pretender general manager. And I got one question. Would Charlotte run this team better than Steven or Jerry?
Would we run it
better?
Charlotte, the daughter.
Fuck no.
Yes, she would, because she would actually bring in a general manager.
You think so?
No, I know so.
Yes, he's correct. Charlotte is more of she's more of a business minded versus Jerry and Steven, who's thinking with their nutsacks, a part of egos, versus Charlotte doing business decisions. She would actually bring in a GM.
I don't think she would.
Why not, OG?
I think she would. I think she would bring in a general manager.
The Cowboys have to pay for this stadium until y'all wake up and realize he's fine with losing.
Are you eating my ear, OG?
Realize we
wait a minute, OG. What you been drinking and eating right now?
Cocaine and cocaine.
Okay, but like I said, man, the problem with the Cowboys.
It's all starting to make sense.
Okay.
They haven't won anything in 20-some years, right?
Yeah. 29.
So, how do you win? How do you rebuild a stadium? You sucker the fan base into buying tickets, bringing in some of the good and weakest players, and then you start selling everything on the market price. And then you build a stadium. Once, remember, he has not paid off all the contractors yet. He still owe money on that stadium. So he make more money losing TV ratings, jury sales, alcohol, player performances, selling to pay for that stadium. If he doesn't get that stadium paid for before he passes, that's his number one goal.
Bro, he has
You
realize
what is how does that compare to if we win?
He is marketing the team and playing us. It's selfish, but it's a damn good idea to build a stadium. Now that stadium is good for the next 20 years? Or
you realize they're building.
That's why I say this could be a play for the thing I said before: running scheme, running the plays, losing the games, potentially doing this on purpose to play you.
But wouldn't winning also bring money in?
A lot more.
Well, it seems like we make more money losing because we got the fan base.
But when winning bring in the fan base?
Look at this. This is a great strategy. You got the fan base fighting money. You got the TV, Stephen A, all these teams talking about Dak and whoever money. You got the radio shows doing all this money. You go all the CD Lamb and all this other stuff tripping about the contracts and everybody coming out the podcast and all this money. So all that money is going where? Follow the paper trail until y'all wake up and realize he has a stadium to pay. And
so we sleep
pay for it. It's going to be us.
So we lost then.
Well, first of all,
we're lost, but the guy with $14 billion, is it?
First of all, Cowboys have been good. They just haven't been good enough.
Right.
Exactly right.
It ain't like we were the Cleveland Browns and the Detroit Lions of past where we're only winning 2 games. We've been good. We just haven't been good enough. And Jerry Jones's problem of why it's been so long since we even sniffed the NFC Championship game is because he held on to Jason Garrett too long. When we went 8-8, Jason Garrett should have been fired. When you go 12-5 and you lose like you did in the playoffs, Mike McCarthy should have been fired. He holds on to coaches. We talk about him hanging on to players way too long. He hangs. Mike McCarthy should have been fired immediately after his press conference. He shouldn't even have a press conference. He should have been on his ass back to Green Bay.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
Which proved my point. Not having a real GM. Go ahead. Corner.
But they wait on it for too long. They wait on it. They didn't even fire Jason Garrett. They let his contract to the date and time expire.
Yes.
That brings me to my point.
What's up?
They got paid. And they got paid handsomely after that Green Bay day. They sold out that stadium. They sold out tickets and ticket sales. They sold out on TV. And they definitely sold out with alcohol and jersey sales. And they sold out in ratings. So they made a bunch of money to pay this
sold out getting embarrassed 27-0.
Paid off or close to getting paid off, then the Cowboys is not going to win. They got to fight their way in. And if they do get to the NFC Championship, it's all about that paper.
So you're saying the Cowboys on the profit if they lose?
Okay, OG, what happens if they go to an NFC Championship game and it's an away game?
Yeah,
they ain't gonna feel dirty.
More money, more better blues.
Come on now. I think Jerry Jones is the problem. Absolutely. We all know this, right?
Yep.
And I said this on the Cowboy Up podcast, I think last week. Shout out to those guys. Great guys. I said, Mike McCarthy, like the Denver Broncos, right? I used this analogy. John Fox came into Denver and he built that franchise up.
Mm-hmm.
Gary Kubiak came in and he got them to the Super Bowl and they won it. John Fox could not get them over the hump. Gary Kubiak came in, got him over the hump, right? Mike McCarthy was supposed to be your John Fox. You come in here, you set the culture, you bring another coach in here, and that coach leaps them, right? Because if you already won a Super Bowl in the NFL, history is against you that you cannot win it with another team. There's only been 2 quarterbacks that's ever won a Super Bowl with 2 different teams, Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. That's it. So you have to know your chances in the NFL. Mike McCarthy, your stay should have been done last year because the 12-5s and you flunked it. Another coach supposed to be coming in here, rejuvenating it, get the culture in, and we have the core pieces intact. If that was the strategy, you should have brought another coach in here that can flip that and push that momentum of a new coaching staff into the playoffs. And Jerry Jones missed the mark yet again.
Facts.
Can we talk about quarterbacks?
Yeah.
Shit.
Why not? He the head of the table. He's the big money man.
No,
we got to talk about him.
No, I know. I'm just so sick of fucking talking. Like Dak is, he drives me crazy, guys. It's like I don't even know what. I mean, there's nothing really for us to say at this point about the fucking guy.
Right.
Like, I mean, because he's in 9 seasons, he's only showed up in 2 big games, 2 across the whole career, and and they're considering paying him $60 million off of that. Like it's like, and look, what? I'm just so sick of hearing this fucking guy talk. I'm so sick of seeing his ass on the fucking field, and the thing is, this people who still argue Dak is a top 5 quarterback in the fucking league still. There's people who argue that. It's crazy. Go ahead, Carter. I know you.
I have a conspiracy. I got a topic for you. You want a topic? I got a topic. You ready? Here's my conspiracy. The question on the Cowboy Up podcast was, can you keep all 3? And they were talking about Micah, Lamb, and Dak, right? Here's my conspiracy. They're going to sign Lamb, right? Dak is gone. Micah is your bait. Micah's your Herschel Walker. Micah's going to give you the draft picks to get younger via quarterback and other positions. That's my conspiracy. What do y'all think about that? Jack Guru, you go first.
Talk about it, man.
In my opinion, that's a great theory, but Jerry is a businessman. He looks at Dak as a commodity. You're telling me if the Raiders called up Dallas right now and said, listen, we'll give you 3 2s, we'll give you 3 1s and a 2, and we're going to throw Dak a $225 million contract. Do we all think, does any of us think Dak would say no to that because he has a no trade clause?
Yeah, that trade clause is waived for sure.
Right. He would waive that in a second.
Yeah.
If I'm Jerry, I'd be on the phone now. I want to trade him now, get rid of him, because what's good of him? Listen, this season's over. We have no chance this year. We have top 5 worst defensive tackle room in the NFL. Top 5 worst running back room in the NFL.
I said I could start.
What good is playing him this year? But under Jerry's way of thinking, and it works, mediocrity is good for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stadium's full. He gets 6, 7 primetime games. The only way you can hurt Jerry is in the pocket. That's it.
That's it.
And I also have a theory. My one theory, then I'm done. Jerry waits to pay his guys. Because think about it. Jerry's the owner and Jerry's the GM. So when he does bad contracts, it's dead money against the salary cap.
Yeah.
It's millions that he saves and puts in his pocket that he doesn't have to pay. So he waits to pay everybody. Does anyone see that angle?
No,
that's the issue when your GM is the owner. So he pays bad contracts, and then when all that money is dead against the contract, he saves it.
No, 100%.
Cowboys champs. What do you think about that conspiracy?
Well, after during the Green Bay game, I did say on a video that the Cowboys should trade Prescott, get what you can. Dak, let him go. Keep CD. So yeah, I've been saying that, but of course, you know, like Sarah said, Jerry Jones is the GM. Jerry Jones like to wait to the last minute to sign players, and with I think Dak is gone either way. And my thing is, if you're not gonna sign Dak, you should just went on and ate that salary cap. Just let him go. That's what Denver did with Russell.
Yeah,
And, I'm like, you should. I mean, if you ain't gonna keep, if you're not gonna keep CD either, trade him too. Get what you can. To really be honest, this is a rebuilding year.
No, absolutely.
It's not even reloaded because especially they may do good in the passing game, but against the run,
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this you might well just take your loss and just get what you can and try again next year.
Man,
I think the only way you'll see Dak Prescott gone is if there's some financial benefit for Jerry.
Yeah.
If there's nothing in it for Jerry, it's not gonna happen because Dak Prescott still sells more jerseys than CeeDee Lamb.
And that's where I was going too. Yeah.
He's still the most popular player on that team, regardless of what anybody says. He's the public figure. He's the he's the one that always doing things for people. Like Dak is still the top jersey, the number one jersey, sell of him and Micah Parsons. And the only way it happens is if there's some type of benefit for Jerry with getting rid of Prescott. It got to be something other than that. I don't know, man. It's tough to see Jerry Jones getting rid of Dak.
Dak is a kiss ass.
He is, but
Dak is a kiss ass.
We can call Dak whatever we want, but he still brings in a lot of money as far as jersey sales. Like the blue jerseys, they've been sold out for so long you can't even get one. You can only get the white one. Dak still is that guy as far as sales, and that's what matters to Jerry. It don't matter, man. We can say what we want to say. Right. It don't matter. In 2015, when Dez Bryant was hurt, he still sold the most jerseys because the year prior to that he had got paid.
Yeah.
He was out and still sold the most jerseys on that team that year. Him and Romo was hurt in 15. We went 4-12. And that's what it's about with Jerry. It's about money. So I don't see if there's nothing beneficial in it for Jerry as far as Dak. And, like you said, he can waive that no trade clause. But I feel like it really got to be something in it for Jerry because if not, he ain't even entertaining it, man. Like, I do think they're going to pay CD, but I think it's going to be a hassle. I think Jerry going to – Jerry always go public and say, hopefully do it for the team. We need to take a hometown. They always do that. Yeah. They do that with everybody, and they do pay people late as hell. They do that. So – I don't see him. I don't see Prescott. I see Prescott being the starter this year. I just don't see nothing in it or nothing nowhere else. I don't even know what team might even be interested in Prescott this year. I don't know. He's an older quarterback. He can't run, and I don't know, man. I think he might retire a Cowboy, y'all, for real. I don't see it. I don't want that to happen, but. Man, I just don't see nothing positive coming out of it. I feel like they've invested so much in him, man. I mean, look what they're doing, for God's sake. They just brought Zeke back, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
They just brought Zeke back. Like, look at what this team is doing. Like, we're not trying to do nothing. They're not trying to win. They just brought Zeke back, bro. Belichick's getting that out of him. And they just brought him back, and Jerry Jones came out and said he feel like he's still a starter in the NFL. Like, look at the shit they say. Jerry need to be on talking crazy because he talk crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? Like it makes no sense. This team, they not for that shit, man. Jerry came out and talked about how the records that Zeke broke wearing number 15 in college, trying to sell number 15 Zeke jerseys now.
Right. If you buy one, you're crazy.
Like he came out talking about what Zeke did in college wearing number 15. You see the market, the salesman in Jerry?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. He's like, Lord, go back and look at his highlights when he played against Alabama. Look what he did wearing that 15.
Man,
like,
as if he hasn't been in the league for like
since what the fuck he did after his third year wearing 21? After his third year, what the fuck did he do?
Anybody who's talking about Zeke Fucking miss me. I don't want to hear it.
They'll tell you. I wish y'all could have been around on Madden. Like even on the game, Cowboys corner like he fat ass. Like even on the game, bro. Like it was. Dude, I'm telling you, bro. Like I this organization, bro. I don't know what to say for them. You got what you got. If you expect anything big out of them this year, you're fooling yourself. Don't set yourself up for nothing bad.
See, the problem with it is right now teams know that Dak Prescott could be a free agent and they're going to have the chips to play, right? So no team's going to call. The Raiders ain't going to call. The Saints ain't going to call. Tampa Bay just signed Mayfield, right? So they're not going to call because they know that Dak Prescott's about to be a free agent.
Right.
If any team calls Dak and says, waive your trade clause, I'm about to trade you and give you 3 first-round picks, their general manager should be fired.
Well, Minnesota might call.
They just drafted a quarterback.
Still got
to learn.
You don't know. Trust me. No. This ain't a Michael Penix Jr. conversation here with the man.
Yeah.
I've seen that boy play in college. He ain't that good.
Well, we'll see how that translates.
Translates exactly.
I don't see. He got to beat out that Hall guy that got hurt last year in the second game. I think that was.
But no, I'm with Quarterman. I can't see them getting rid of Dak either, because to me it's like, because literally just 2 weeks ago, Stephen Jones said that he thinks Dak can lead us to a championship. This was just 2 weeks ago. The guy said that, and so you know what I mean. It's like, and you know, another thing is like, Jerry Jones can say, "Oh, I overpaid Dak," but the fact is, he's Jerry Jones's kind of quarterback. Because think about it.
He is.
Because if you think a moneymaker.
No, but that's my point. It's like he's just the kind of quarterback that Jerry Jones likes. Because
marketing genius.
Because when it comes to those, as 1980 calls them, gangbanger Cowboy fans, Dak is the kind of quarterback to keep them in the seats. Because just this past season, take just this past season we had, he was a second team all pro and was like, you know, second in the MVP race. And, you know, think about how people talked about Dak just this past season. Everyone's like, oh, Dak is playing great. Dak is doing this, that, and the third. Then what the fuck happened in the playoffs? You know what I mean? It's like, and that's exactly what Jerry Jones likes. He likes the fans coming to the seats. Dak is the kind of, he's an anticipatory kind of quarterback. He'll get people's hopes up. This season, you'll get people's hopes up. Book it, it's going to happen. He's going to have 1 or 2 games where he's going to throw for 300 yards against the Commanders or like the Giants. Fucking, like, you know what I mean? He's going to have those kinds of games. And then when we play, like, you know, one of the tougher teams, his ass going to throw for 3-4 picks again. It's going to be the same thing.
Dude.
But I don't, but real quick, Warner, before you go, it's like, but I don't see them getting rid of Dak for the fact that, I mean, one, they've already committed so much money to him. And the way they talk about him like he's elite. They talk about him like he can win as a championship. And it's like, I can, and to your, I mean, on your point about on your conspiracy theory, if you want to follow that, it's like, I can see them keeping CD because they fought for him to be an 88. And, you know, that kind of.
They didn't fight. Jerry said you're wearing it.
Yeah. Well,
there's no fighting.
But there we go. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, 88, like 388s. It's Michael Irvin, Dez, and now CD. And Drew Pierce is the 4. So, but you know what I mean? It's like, because that number means a lot to us as fans and to the culture of the Cowboy culture, I think that they're going to 100% pay CD. But now, up to 3, can I see them getting rid of Dak up the 3 players you talked about? If I were to pick, yes. But at the same time, can I see them literally getting rid of Dak? No. Just because he sells tickets, he sells jerseys, and we already know that come this season how it's gonna play out with the fucking guy. We already know he's gonna have like come Thanksgiving this season. Mark my words, Thanksgiving this season, Jerry Jones is gonna say this is the best team since Troy Aikman's Super Bowl season. He's gonna say it. It's gonna happen, and then when we lose again at the end of the season, he's gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna go all in next season." Like the fucking guy didn't just say this year and the year before. I've been hearing Jerry Jones say we're going all in since I was 4 years old, guys. Like I've been hearing, you know what I mean? It's like, but to the direct question about the conspiracy theory, I think it's a interesting theory that you have, Corner, but I just can't see them getting rid of Dak Prescott. That's just my opinion.
So when you talk about Dak as the quarterback for the Rainbow and Unicorn fans, I think you got a point there, because do y'all remember Cowboys Twitter when Dak Prescott had the goatee?
Yeah.
And people lost their crap over a grown man with a goatee.
Thank you. People lose their shit about him getting an ankle tattoo. Like fucking
was the weirdest crap if I've ever even saw it.
I know, man. I'm with you.
Weird. We'll go through final thoughts here. I'll start with the fifth quarter Cowboys. I'm going to save you for last. Matter of fact, I'm going to let OG go first here. OG. Final thoughts, brother. Let's wrap it up.
The man going to talk about plumbing.
Talk about plumbing.
Yeah, you were talking about the fucking contractors.
Go ahead, OG.
Last thoughts. Let's wrap it up. Talking crazy. Let's talk
good to see
crazy.
everybody, hey, so just looking forward to training camp, just looking forward to the battle with Dak and Trey Lance. And that's gonna be nice. So may the best man win. So I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see. I hope Micah Parsons come out there and slap Hooker in the mouth and call him a B at practice.
Micah Parsons.
And then tell him, hey, show your ass up in the game. Instead of talking about me, you go out here and prove that you can play also. But other than that, so it's going to be a good training camp. Looking for the battles. And what we got, like 3 more weeks maybe coming up. So before we get started, I think that's what it is. Yeah, close to the end of July. So, they need to stop all this bickering and hollering and screaming and stuff, man. And then stop fighting, man, because the people the fans and the media is all over, putting negativity all over this team. So, it's not a good look, and we're going to see how it all play out, man. But hopefully they can get their shit together and go out there and play ball and come July. But it is what it is. And so we will see, though. So hopefully we know Dak's going to be the starter, but because of the money he's making. But all depends on what you can do in the season. So that's my
Cowboys blog in the chat.
Big boy, Cowboys blog. What's good, baby? Thanks for stopping in. OG, thanks for coming on this show of Talking Crazy on Saturday night. Danny Savage.
Talk to him, man.
Well, I'm just looking forward to the 2025 draft. I'm trying to say for something. I got a bad feeling women for a rude awakening against Cleveland.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, this year we're fielding a lot worse than we fielded last year.
Mm-hmm.
Me personally, I see a 9-8, 10-7 season coming, and I'll keep it short with that.
The best moderator in the game dropped Brando's link. Dropped Danny Savage's link. Thank you, Brando, for dropping that link. Cowboys champs. Danny Savage, thanks for coming on Talking Crazy on this Saturday night. Cowboys champ, let's wrap this up for you. What you got to say?
2 of the positions that nobody's talking about just a little bit is the running backs and defensive tackles. How are the Cowboys going to run the ball, and how are they going to stop the run?
I told you, man.
Question mark.
I'm telling you guys, we can start at the fucking running back position right now. Our running back room and our defensive end room, man, it's going to be a
Hold on. Is that all you had to wrap up?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Brando dropped Cowboys link in the chat. Thank you, Brando, the best moderator in the game. If you guys want to subscribe to him, it's right there. And now, Eshawn, who if you made it this long in the replay, The very first clip was Eshawn's film trailer that he made. So you guys go check that out if you haven't already. And I'm sure Brando would drop that for us as well for Eshawn's channel there. But go ahead, Eshawn, drop that knowledge on us for talking crazy. And thank you for coming on this beautiful Saturday night.
Of course. Thank you, Brando. I appreciate the love on the trailer, guys. Again, I talked about it in the beginning of the show, but it's been a 3-year process to make this movie, man. So it's been a lot of work, but I appreciate all the love, all the support on it. Please do watch it. Drop a like. I know Savage and Champs drop likes and comments on it, so I appreciate the love on that. But no, talking about the Cowboys, it's like we already know how the season's gonna play out, man. It's at this point, it's sad that we're in the off season and we're this mad right now. And we already know how the season is going to turn out because it's like it's disappointing. I'll put it that way, but it's I don't know. Like Tenants. The only I guess glimmer of hope I have for the regular season is that we're regular season champions, not Super Bowl champions. I can see us going like 8-9 to 12-5, anywhere in that range, and I have no fucking clue how what record will end up being. But I can very much see us going like fucking winning 7 games. I can very much see us winning 12 games and then losing playoffs. So we'll see. I
thought you had faith in Dak.
Me having faith in Dak.
Come on.
All right. My brother from another mother, Fifth Quarter Cowboys. Brando's going to drop that link for Fifth Quarter Cowboys channel. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to my boy, Fifth Quarter Cowboys. Thank you for joining this Saturday night.
Yeah, man.
Last one.
Hey, y'all know every year I really go silent around the time because I have to fucking get away from this shit. But
you over there drinking.
You drinking, man?
I am.
Yeah, but be careful now.
But
you over there drinking now. Hey,
look! I just had a birthday pass Monday, and I worked on my birthday, so I'm celebrating tonight by myself.
Happy
birthday!
Happy birthday!
Thank you.
Don't blow a candle out with the fart; it won't work out good.
But just to tail in on what Danny Savage said about this season, don't get y'all hopes up. This shit about to be ugly.
Right. It's gonna be ugly.
And to touch on what Champ said, dude, our defensive front, bro.
Yes,
it's nothing.
Yeah.
A lot of the players gone. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of miss Bohanna big ass up there.
Man.
Yeah.
I miss that big ass boy being up there a few years ago, man.
Dan Quinn messed that up big time.
Oh my! The fucking safety's playing linebacker.
So, nobody never gave me an apology for Dan Quinn, but we ain't gonna talk about it.
I need an apology on my.
He's old news and bad news.
Hey, salute to you, Cowboys blog. Thank you, man. I'm getting old. I feel it, man.
You look old,
man. You ain't old. My birthday Thursday, and I'll be 53.
Oh, 53.
50 years.
I'm getting old, man. I feel it, man.
Well, how old are you? How old are you, bro?
35.
Okay. Ooh, 35. Oh yeah, you old.
Okay then.
So like I say, just for me, man, this season, I'm not expecting anything. I would like to see a lot of Trey Lance in training camp. I would like to see that. I ain't gonna lie, that's something I would like to see. I don't know how much it'll be because Jerry don't like to ruffle feathers of his starters and stuff like that. So I don't know if that'll be another holding back thing. It's kind of like how I felt about all the years of our tight end position, which I'm not gonna get into. I felt like we had a lot of good tight ends that were held back because of old man Wick. And I don't know what it'll mean as far as Jerry and the Trey Lance thing. I don't know why we brought him in if we're not gonna use him.
Right.
I would like to use him because Corner said at the Detroit game he finally saw him to throw, and he said he got a pretty decent arm. So I'm just not expecting nothing, y'all. I didn't like this draft. I did like the BB pick. I liked that.
Yeah.
Okay.
But other than that, I don't know, man. I don't know, y'all. I don't have much to say. I'm just gonna watch. I'm just gonna watch and do the shows, man. I don't have any expectation this year. Right. We can have a. I mean, this season can be bad or it can be slightly good, but I still don't feel like with the coach and the play. This team hadn't changed in years, man. That was at one point where I saw somebody earlier said they felt like the 2016 season was better than the 2014 season, and I kind of agree with that because, man, we was the youngest team in the league at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, completely the youngest team in the league.
Yeah.
And at this point, everybody either old or they gone. There's only a few guys from that year: Dak, Zach Martin, Zeke, DeMarcus Lawrence. There's only a few people from 2016.
Yeah.
Everybody else was either undrafted or late round draft or came from another team, and a lot of injuries. And this team is just, I don't know, man. This team is like that car that they built, that little car that they built on the Little Rascals, man. Like, I don't know, bro. You know when they put that little car? I don't know, man. It's gonna be so bad. It's gonna be so bad, and Then they talked about Parsons not having a lot of conversation with Zimmerman. That's diva shit.
Yeah,
I'm calling my new defensive coordinator. I'm calling him. I don't give a damn who I am. What's up, coach? Ready to learn? I'm glad you're here. Like the work you did with us prior to me, like what you did in Minnesota as a head coach. I'm calling him. Why wouldn't you talk to your coach? But that's that diva shit in him. So I don't have many expectations this year. I'm dead serious, y'all. I don't have no expectations. I'm really gonna sit back and just watch, do Freaky Friday, and I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why they drafted like that. I don't know. This shit is just crazy. This might have been the most debacle year I've seen in a long time.
Right.
We didn't upgrade no fucking where. I get it. You can't replace. I'm not gonna talk long. You can't replace Tyron Smith, but I don't know. And then even Tyron left and said that he felt like everybody leave and just talk about the damn.
Yeah, he did do that. Yeah.
Everybody leave and say some crazy shit.
Yeah, he did come out and say that shit. Yeah, everybody.
Even he said he feel like he on the team. He feel like he got a chance to win. Well, goddamn, Tyron, shit. So closing for me, bro. I ain't got no expectation this year. I don't expect nothing. I would like to see Trey. I really would like to see Trey Lance play. I really like to see him throw to CeeDee Lamb if possible. I think that would be cool for him to throw to CeeDee Lamb and Ferguson because he's a young guy.
Ferguson jumping over people and all kinds of things.
So that's just it for me, brother. No expectations. I'm just gonna watch this year, man. I'm not even gonna do no predictions on record.
I just want to see that pop come out. That ball come out just fast and just that's what I want to see.
All I can really say is let's hope they prove us wrong, man.
So, first of all, thank you for everybody coming on here to Talking Crazy. Thank you to Brando, the best moderator in the game. Thank you for everybody watching this and tuning in. We got new viewers coming in because it just went from 14 up to 21. So, hell, we can continue. I'm just kidding. We got to get off this thing. It's been an hour and a half. Watch the replay, guys. Definitely worth it. And shout out to everybody. Shout out to Mike who with the $10 total super chats. Appreciate you guys. Until next time, we're getting closer to training camp. We're getting closer here. Follow my socials _Cowboys Corner. But if you're sensitive, don't follow me. I'll hurt your feelings. All right. And Cowboys Corner might be popping up every now and then with some videos of training camp. But Talking Crazy Freaky Friday, we're gonna be hitting that hard. You get double dose. Freaky Friday on Fridays, Talking Crazy on Saturday. That's about to come up too. So pay attention to that. And this is realism. All right, this is realism. This isn't media. This isn't clicks. This isn't clickbait. I don't want to be your friend. You play for the team that I love. I don't want to be your friend. I want you to play good. This is what you get here. We don't sugarcoat it. I'm not asking for autographs. I had met Dak Prescott. My daughter wanted me Dak Prescott. I let my daughter meet Dak Prescott. I didn't talk to Dak Prescott. Why? Because I don't like Dak Prescott as a player. Off the field at a charity event, I might talk to Dak because that has nothing to do with football. But on the field, I ain't talking to Dak. My daughter talked to Dak. I ain't talking to Dak. I don't like Dak Prescott. I yell at Dak Prescott. She yells at me for yelling at Dak Prescott. That's just what it is. But thank you guys for tuning in to Talking Crazy. Y'all subscribe to everybody that Brando dropped the link onto. I promise you, you don't want to miss any content that we drop because it is the truth. And shout out to Cowboys Blog, Eastside Herald, Asian, the Cody Show, WWE guy, Daniel, Brando, Daniel, all the Daniels. I got a lot of Daniels that watch Cowboys Corner. Shout out to all you guys. But Cowboy Nation, are you in the Cowboys Corner?